Hello everyone, I'm Abasu and today we are going to look into the order to cash process corresponding to SAP audit. There are some reports that we can refer to look for change data and incomplete informations. So that would be very helpful for auditors as well as for us if we want to do the improvement in our system. So the first is pricing condition changes. Review the change document for pricing report, that is RV16AD, to display the changes to pricing condition. As additional selection option, you can also display condition that have been deleted. This report is also be assessed through menu option inside sales and distribution master data, and you can also look into this while using the transaction code VK13. So both the ways we can do that. Next is the customer changes. So we can review the changes to the customer with the report, that is RFDAL00, and with the transaction code OV51. So this to display the changes to customer records. Review can be filtered by company code, sales area if desired. Although this report can be large and once data has been returned, you can filter on field values most relevant from the internal control perspective. Next is control credit changes. Control credit changes can be customer credit changes can be reviewed through a report, RFD KLIAB. So this includes the changes to the credit limit, removal of customer credit block. This review can be filtered by credit control area if required. The next is a report corresponding to the incomplete information or processing. The first thing is missing customer data. So for to know the missing customer data, the report is RFD KAG00, or we can use the transaction code F.2D to identify the customer record that have been have been created in SD but not mapped to SAP ERP Finance. So missing credit data. So for that we can run the report RFDKLI10, and the transaction code is F.30 to identify the customer record with incomplete credit management information. The next is incomplete sales order. To know the incomplete sales order, the report is VRVAUFERR or transaction code V.00. So this used to identify the sales or delivery documents which with incomplete information. The frequency at which you can review this report should be heavily based on the risk associated with each transaction. So this is that. The next is the outstanding invoices. We should periodically review the outstanding order that has not been yet invoiced or verify that sufficient justification exists at period, and in particular these items can impact the revenue recognition. So care should be taken that all items that can be cleared are resolved. So we can run the program to look into it as SDBILLDL, or transaction is VF04, to access the maintain billing due list screen. Next is outstanding good shipment. So uh, SAP contains numerous reports for monitoring the status of sales document as they move through the delivery cycle. These reports should be reviewed frequently. Frequency can be weekly or potentially more frequency depending on the sensitivity that the customer may have. Time shipment and order item should be investigated and resolved. So examples are, let's suppose, back orders. The program for back orders is RVAUFRUE, or transaction code is V.15, or outstanding delivery to be posted. The transaction code is VL06, and the program which can be used is WS underscore delivery underscore monitor. So the next is billing awaiting posting to the general ledger. So if you're using both the SD and FI module in SAP, then you can look into it, and you can use the transaction VF03, and program is SAP MV60A. which helps you to understand this. And next is a customer exceeding credit limit. So someone independent of the sales function should periodically review the customer exceed their credit limit, verify assumptions related to the recoveries. Using the credit overview screen, the program to look into is RFDKLI40 to select the customer is exceed or defining the threshold above. So that we can look into, and there can be some potential issue. So certain SAP reports highlight the potential issue that should be investigated. These issues are resulting from a processing problem, that can be fraud or error. For example, could be invoice number allocated twice. So if that is the case, the transaction for that is S underscore ALR underscore 870123441. Review report, much as these periodically at least once per period to investigate issues and determine and resolve the root cause corresponding to that. So this is what we are having corresponding to the reports. So thank you for joining.